Hello everyone, this is Lavina and welcome to my channel. I have heard from a lot of parents, especially of the newborns or either of the babies who are aged below 1 or 1.5 years of age, that I just fed her to sleep and she is up again in half an hour and she is hungry again. What's happening? Or I just rocked him to sleep and he is up again in an hour. I'm tired. When do I get my sleep? And we generally tend to wake up every 2 hours or maybe every 3 hours in the night, and we are completely drained of our energy the next morning. That's obviously going to happen because we didn't get our 8 hours of sleep at a stretch in the night. These are nothing but examples of sleep associations. I also went through the same phase, and I really regret saying that no one really told me what is happening. So in today's video, I am telling you what is sleep association and what are the types of sleep associations. I hope it is useful for you because if you know it, you can definitely try to get rid of it. Come, let's see. Now, what is sleep association? Let's break the word into two parts. One is sleep and one is association. Sleep is sleep. Association means relation or something that your child is relating to. And when you combine the two words, it just means that something that your child is relating to is in his or her own sleep. Is this even possible? But yes, it's the truth that your little one is relating to something in his or her own sleep. Now first, let's know a certain fact that every human being generally is in a conscious state for at least 1 to 3 times during his or her own sleep in the night. By conscious, I don't mean that you are completely awake, but maybe you will just be awake for a second and turn your side and sleep back again. Or maybe you'll just get up, use the loo and come back again to sleep. Or maybe you'll just get up and have a sip of water and go back to sleep. These are happening with every human being. And so obviously your little one is the same. He or she is also going through the same phase every night. So they are also going to be in their conscious moments for a couple of times during the entire night. Now, consider that you have rocked your little one like this. Yes, do you remember? This is the rocking movement, up and down, generally till they go back to sleep. And then we put them in their crib or bed and they are asleep. Now when they have that conscious movement, maybe after 2 hours or so, and they are up and they want to flip their side or something, they realize that they are not being rocked and their brain has associated their sleeping action with the rocking movement. Why? Because they have been rocked every day to sleep. Or rather, I should say every time in the day, even during the afternoon, whenever you have to put them to sleep, you will rock. That is the reason why their brain has understood the fact that if they have to go to sleep, they are supposed to be rocked. And that is why in the middle of the night when they are awake, they would want someone to come and rock them to sleep. This is the example of sleep association. Another example of a strong sleep association is feeding your baby. This happens because for the initial 6 months, our little one is exclusively breastfed or either on formula milk only. And the gap between their feeds is so less that we have to feed them almost every 2 hours. And within that 2 hours, everything happens. They're pooping, their clothes changing, their diaper changing and so on. And every 2 hours, they also go to sleep. And this routine goes on until they start eating certain solids. Because once they start having those solids, the time gap between the feeds should increase. The transition takes almost a month, But yes, it should happen. But most of the times it doesn't happen. Why? Because they are not hungry. But their brain knows that whenever they have to sleep, they want that feeder, they want that nipple, or maybe your breast. And this is a very strong association and a very common sleep association among a lot of kids. I went through my phase as well, but no one really informed me or maybe educated me about the same. These kind of associations are very, very difficult, and it is also very important that you get rid of that habit soon. Did you know the fact that your little one is able to sleep the entire night post 6 months? But that never happens. And if I say that the transition takes some time, then at least they should sleep the entire night within 8 to 9 months. But because they have this strong sleep association of someone feeding them in the middle of the night or maybe while they are sleeping, they will get up every night, and that will disturb your sleep. Few other examples of sleep associations are swaddling. When you swaddle the baby, they wish to go back to sleep, right? Or maybe even sucking their thumb, sucking their blankets, the white noise, and so on. Now, in the next section, let's see what are the types of sleep associations. There are two types of sleep associations. One is good and one is bad. So first, let's see the bad association. The previous examples that I have explained, especially the one of feeding and rocking, they are generally considered as bad association. So any sleep association in which your little one needs your help to put him or her back to sleep is a bad association. So I should say that whenever they are rocked to sleep and they awake in their conscious moment, they would want you to rock them again, and that disturbs your sleep. And so it's a bad association. What is good association? Any association that puts him or her to sleep on his own and they don't need your support to put them back to sleep. That's a good association. Example, sucking their own blanket. If your little one is able to get his blanket on his own in the middle of the night whenever he's awake, then it's a good sleep association because it gives you sleep. Another example of good association is white noise. A lot of people have device at their homes and they switch on that white noise, so whenever your little one gets up, they are able to hear that white noise and then put them back to sleep themselves, because their brain has associated with that white noise every day, and every day right from day first, they have been put to sleep with the help of that white noise. The another ideal and the best way of good sleep association is associating your little one with a sleep routine. Like maybe feeding them first and then for the last half an hour. So let's take an example that your little one is sleeping at 9 o'clock in the night. So by 8:30 you feed them, and then for the next half an hour you will basically give them a hot bubble bath and give them a light massage, wear them clothes, and maybe tell them a story if they are a little elder, like 1 year of age, and put them to sleep. So every day that routine is happening and they will associate themselves with this routine and they will go to sleep. I hope I have explained you well what is sleep association and what are the types of sleep association. Here again, please note that certain good sleep association can also develop bad habits like sucking your thumb. But also understand the fact that the very first important thing is to get sleep for yourself, because then only you will be able to use your brain to get rid of the bad habits. And let's tackle everything one by one. And if you have come so far to hearing me out in this video, I am sure you are the one who are sailing in the same boat like me in my initial few years of motherhood. And you might have the question that Even if I realize that my little one is having this sleep association, how do I really get rid of the same? I plan to do a video on the same in the coming few weeks, and if you like to hear me, please go hit the subscribe button. You can even hit the bell icon to get the notification on the same. Share it with your family and friends, and whenever I make that video, you will definitely come to know. Thank you. See you next Wednesday.